Plaintiff Jasmine Brown says she and the defendant share the same father, but they have different mothers and they never had much of a relationship. Jasmine claims the defendant got caught up with the wrong crowd and had a baby at age 14. And Jasmine's suing her today for damaging her car. Defendant Dominica Brown says she's had a rough life and ran away a lot as a child. Dominica claims at age 12 she was gang raped and then started selling drugs to survive. And at age 17, she was beaten into prostitution by a man who she thought loved her. Dominica insists Jasmine told her she didn't have to pay for the car damages.
Start with you.
Okay, Dominica, she's my half-sister. We have the same dad, but different moms. We never really had much of a relationship because she wasn't really around much. She was into hanging out with the wrong crowd, fighting a lot, and she was 14, she had a baby, and after that she just left, so we never really had a relationship until later down the line when I was about maybe 17 or 18.
And what was that like, your friendship or your relationship with your sister?
It was pretty good.
Okay, so it's the first problem you all had?
Yes.
All right, you want to give me some background?
Honestly, we never really had a relationship at all because her mom and my mom were best friends, and she wound up sleeping with my dad, which caused them to split.
Who slept with your dad?
Her mom.
Oh.
Okay. Which caused them to split, and when they split, my mom dropped me and my brother off on their doorstep at 12, when I was 12 years old. And then her mom pretty much said I couldn't stay there because I looked too much like my mom. So from then, it was an incident where I came in from school and she took my book bag, my homework, and threw it across the room, and she stepped on it. And when she stepped on it, I kind of took my book away, and she lied and told my dad that I hit her. So my dad came in, he beat me, and I ran away. At 12 years old, I wound up getting gang raped. 3 blocks away from my grandma's house, trying to go to my grandma's house that same night. Then from there, it was just really, really crazy. I was in and out the home because it was chaotic and I couldn't stay, I couldn't take it. So I wound up running away in and out of the home, and then I wound up turning to the streets to sell drugs to survive at 12 and 13. I wound up getting pregnant at 14 and having my child. When I had my child, I wanna say a month after I had her, it was an incident where I left and then I came back to get my child. I don't know who called the police, but the police was called, and I went into her parents' room to get my daughter out the bed, and her sister pushed me and my baby fell back on the bed. At the time, the police said that either I had to leave the home or she had to leave the home. So her mom wound up taking all of the kids and she left. And when she left, she called DCFS on me, and her and my dad got custody of my child. So I was never really there. I was always in and out. Then at 17, I wound up getting beat into prostitution by someone I thought loved me at the time. At first the relationship started off okay, but then it was it started to get abusive, and then I stayed because I felt like I didn't have anywhere to go. I didn't have anybody. So I wound up staying, and then he wound up getting locked up is how I got out of that relationship at 17. When I ended that relationship is when I started to better myself. I went to school, I got my dental assistant, and I started with mortuary science. And I had started taking my GED test. I passed every test, but I was 10 points off on math. And when I went to send back in to retake the math part, I sent the paper in too late, so now I have to retake the whole thing. And then after that, I wound up moving to Michigan City, Indiana to make a better life for myself. And I wound up getting 3 jobs my first day out there. And I lived out there for over, I wanna say, a year and a half. And I wound up coming to a situation where I became homeless because I was living with my best friend, and she lost the apartment. So I wound up having to live in a hotel. And from the hotel, I wound up coming basically to my dad. And then right now, I live with my father now.
You live with your father?
Yes, I do. I live with my father now, and
Where's your child?
With my dad. So I'm back. I was in and out of my baby life then, but now I'm there 24/7.
Have you taken the GED again? Or?
No, I'm actually sending out for it this week.
Because you sound very smart and well-spoken. Sound like you got a lot of great survival skills, having gone through what you went through, and you've overcome all that, and doesn't seem like it's destroyed your spirit. So you have a great life to look forward to.
And then, Your Honor, right now I actually work in a mini casino, and I just accepted a job offer yesterday for a warehouse.
All right, congratulations. So make sure you get that education. Perhaps you can go to school at night, perhaps starting out at a community college. You know, they have some community colleges where you can get a GED and credit toward college at the same time. So I would suggest you take a look there. Maybe you do that at night while you work full-time during the day, or if you work nights, do it during the day. So that's my advice to you, because I think you got a lot of potential. All right? All right. Why are you suing her today?
I'm suing her for car damages. On April 25th, she came to visit me in Chicago. We were hanging out, and she told me that she had a driver's test coming up, and she needed help with it. So I agreed to let her drive my car. And prior to that, she smoked weed, and
we were all smoking weed, Your Honor.
Hold on, not the man that grades you that sit up there in the car with you.
No.
Please tell me.
No, we were practicing.
No, Your
I was
Honor.
teaching her how to parallel park. So we weren't actually at the DMV.
Oh, okay.
We were in the parking lot.
Got it. All right. And see, I just saw today on the news that the states that have legal marijuana now, they have a higher percentage of accidents since the legalization. And that's because folks are driving under the influence. It's the same as alcohol. Whether it's legal, like alcohol is legal, whether you're taking it for medicinal purposes, that's legal. But don't take it before you drive. You don't take Vicodin before you drive. You don't take any of those prescribed legal drugs before. Just like you don't drink and drive. You don't take your medicine and drive. You don't smoke weed and drive. And what do you think of the car damages? Do you agree you should pay or not?
I did.
You did pay?
No, I started paying. I gave her $150 a week after it happened.
Okay.
And right after I wind up going in, I have a health issue, and I have my evidence right here that I just had surgery on June 6th to get my gallbladder removed.
Okay.
It was so bad. Yeah, it was just really bad. So then I say June 3rd or whatever, we text, and Jasmine had forgave the damage. She forgave the
debt?
She forgave it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, she did. She forgave the debt.
Not true.
And then after that, I thought it was over until I get the call.
So why do you think she's doing it today then, if she forgave
Honestly,
the debt?
I can't tell you. I honestly do not know. I'm trying to figure it out.
When she sued you, why didn't you call her and say, girl, you know you told me I didn't have to pay you this no more? You got me coming
Honestly,
this
we pretty much just ceased communication.
All right.
that's
And you
not
say
true.
you did not forgive it.
No, I have messages on Facebook and text messages
Let's see
asking her when she's gonna pay me.
And what'd she say? Just
Basically,
because you asked doesn't mean that.
she says, "Oh, I'm gonna pay you next week because I wasn't working." And then recently on June, I think it was June 3rd, I asked her when she was gonna pay me again, and she said that I could come pick up the money. And then I didn't hear from her. I was calling and texting her, and then she told me the day after that she got into a fight and she lost her card, and that's why she couldn't pay me.
This is as of May 4th. You still sending me that money? Some money, yeah. Got to see what my check is tomorrow. June 1. You still giving me that money tomorrow? June 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you. Wise from the street, got the game. I'm wise from the street, got the game and going with it. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff.
I mean, it should get better now that this is out of the way. I mean, I still love her. She's my sister.
That's pretty much the same. Like, I'm glad it's over. That's my baby. That's my baby sister. Well, I would love to have a better relationship. Like, really, that's my little sister. I love her. I do. Come on, come give me love. You my baby. I love her.